All right, guys, today we're doing some advanced sales training. Basically, I'm going over the 6 things you need to consider to increase your sales and just be more productive and get more conversions. All right, number one, control the choices. This is one of the biggest things that I will say about making sure that the client or the customer chooses you as far as their service provider. This is what I mean by control the choices. You don't want the choice to be between getting something from you and not getting something from you. That's not what the choices are. The the choice is which one of the products that you offer are they interested in, okay, or which one of the services, or which one of the competition services that you offer would they like to incorporate in their business. That's what I mean when I say control the choices. You want to give them the opportunity to choose, not between not having something and having something, but the choice between which one of the things that you offer are they going to have. So that's what I mean when I say controlling the choices. All right, number two, don't be lazy. One of the biggest things that people do, especially in the technology age, is they depend on the technology too much to help them in the sales process. And that means that if a client says to you, well, I will email you the form, or I will send you the document via snail mail or regular mail, um, you're okay with that. What happens here is usually what needs to happen is you need to be comfortable enough with the customer that you will actually go to them if they need to sign something or they need to get you back some documents. Okay, if it's a 30-minute drive, hop in your car, drive over there with the pages already labeled as to what things they need to sign. If they need to sign that document, you need to get somebody over there to have that document signed. Because if you're sitting around waiting for them to remember to sign that document, put it in the FedEx envelope, send it back, you're going to be waiting for a while. You need to be proactive and don't be lazy. All right. Then rehash the services for additional sales. What that means is after you've talked to them and after they've signed up for some service or some product that you're offering them, ask them the question, well, what other things do you have some difficulty with that you would like us to help you solve? They have things in there that they are having some problems with, and you need to find out what those things, but you never find out what those things are until you ask the question. Okay, so you need to rehash, ask the question. A famous example of this is if you're at a restaurant and if they're following the techniques that I'm talking about here, they say, well, which one of our desserts would you like to try? Basically controlling the search, the choices. Not asking you, would you like to have dessert today? Because you're thinking, well, maybe I don't. But if you say, they put the menu in front of you and say, which one of these desserts would you like to sample? Or would you like to try? Okay, then that's what it means when he's talking about rehashing, because what happens is you've already eaten your meal. Now they're rehashing. They're going for the second part of the sale, which is the dessert. So you need to ask that even in your business. What type of services, in addition to what we've already have talked about, are things that you have problems with that you would like someone else to probably find a way to optimize or make the process a little easier. And that's what we talk about when we talk about rehashing. Okay, this is huge. This makes a lot of money for you if you just learn this technique. All right, next, number 4, don't rush the sale. There is a stink of desperation that people have when once you get to the point where the customer, you think that the customer is going to sign, and you start speeding up your conversation, start asking them for their credit card in such a way that it makes you have a stink of desperation. Your tone just comes off as you're rushing the sale and you're rushing the buyer. And usually rehashing will eliminate this rushing, because people do not want to do business with you if they think that you are desperate for business, that you have the stink of desperation upon you. So you want to just not have that stink upon you. Just go ahead and slow it down a little bit and listen and ask additional questions. People feel comfortable with doing business with people that care about them and what their sales processes are, what their business processes are, what they're trying to do as business owners. Okay? So don't rush to sale. Number 5, know your prices and profit. It is a terrible thing to sit around and fumble about, oh, well, how much, somebody asks you, well, how much does this cost? And you don't know. You need to know what the prices are. You need to understand the prices. If there's a situation where you need to get an estimate, then what you gracefully say is, I want to get the best price for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check with our supplier and see what we can do as far as getting you the best price. Now, people will love that. They say, well, you're going to get us the best price. So that's what you focus on. You focus on knowing what you can do as far as a deal, meaning the prices, and then you can also look at what your profits are. So you want to let them know, hey, look, this is what we came up with. This is the price. And then you already in the back of your mind know what your profit margin is going to be on that. You do not want to start quoting prices if you don't know the prices, because that is a huge mistake. All right. And then number 6, you need to know when to let go. When a prospect is not really a prospect, when they're not ready to buy, they don't have the financial resources, they're not ready to do what needs to be done, they're not ready to pull the trigger. So you understand that, and then you are actually in a better position if you back away from them and say something like this. Well, what I want to do is I want to give you some time to think about it. And here's my information, and just contact me when you've come to a decision. And that leaves the door open, but it allows you to move on to the next customer, next prospect. You don't want to be lingering there, because what happens is then you get that stink of desperation again, where you're acting almost like you're begging them. And because you're lingering so long, they're like, wow, I don't know. And if they don't know, then the best way to make them move is to actually act like you're leaving. Just say, well, I got to go. And so a lot of times, and this is just, you do not want to be the one to say, well, they're saying to you, well, I got to go, because at that point, you have stayed too long. You don't know when to let go. You need to present the information and ask them, are there any additional questions that you have? And they say no. All right. It says, well, when you're ready, or if you need some more information, just give me a call back, and I'll be glad to help you. I've got to go, so I'll talk to you later. That's it. You get off. You let go. Let go. Don't stay there and linger. Okay? All right. So that's what we're talking about. Number 1, control the choices. Number 2, don't be lazy. Get off your butt and actually do something. The whole purpose of this is you don't want the customer to have to do anything except speak to you and tell you their information, and also pass you their credit card or click on a link to pay their invoice. That's it. It shouldn't be all that. It's basically they talk, you type, All right. And then rehash, talk to them about other things that you can offer to them, and usually you'll increase your invoice sometimes 50 to 200%, okay, just by rehashing. All right, and number 4, don't rush the sale. Listen. Don't have that stink of desperation. Please, please buy from me. That's pathetic. Don't do that. All right, and number 5 is know your prices. Know your profit margin. Do not be ignorant to what those prices are. You need to study those prices to know. And after you have more and more sales, it'll just come automatically to your head what the prices are. And then lastly, know when to let go. All right, guys, thanks so much. If you are not already a subscriber, subscribe to the channel. It will better your life. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.